Now on Monsterfish, it's more pain for Dennis from the Bluefin Tuna of Nova Scotia. Deepwater monsters, thrashing tails. It's the rarely caught big-eyed thresher. This is Monsterfish. Whatever it takes, wherever it takes them, it's a hunt for Monsterfish. Trev Gowdy, America's sportsman, and Dennis Braid, Australia's legend. Two men dedicated to one thing: catching the biggest fish on the planet. Tangle with the Titans.
Watch out! Wow!
On Trev Gowdy's Monsterfish.
Some go to sea for white whales, others for the speeding bluefin tuna. Fishing is an honored way of life on Canada's Prince Edward Island. And the grand prize is a steel blue 1,000-pound tuna.
It's just like feeding the neighbor's cat.
That is, if your neighbor's cat is a Siberian tiger.
900 pounds! 1,000-pounder!
In the western Atlantic's fall squalls and falling sun off Prince Edward lies the stronghold of the bluefin tuna. There, Dennis Braid, the authority in stand-up fishing, has been hunting with Captain Gregory Norton for the torpedo-shaped leviathans. Here is where the bluefin feed and fatten for the long migration to the spawning grounds and grow to lengths as tall as trees.
He just come up and he'll roll like that, and he just missed it.
Yeah, if he knows it's there, he'll come back.
Last time we learned the value of changing things up.
We're gonna try something a little bit different. We've got an outrigger going on. I've got the bait dangling. We're gonna drop it in the water, and let's see what happens. Fish on! This is a big fish. This is a 1,000-pound fish, guys.
The name of Captain Norton's boat says it all.
He's pulling some weight there now, let me tell you. There he is, look!
These are bluefin, seldom seen and almost never filmed.
Holy Jesus!
Bringing a fish like that to the boat is the kind of backbreaking work most people go fishing to avoid. And when the tuna was close enough for Norton to take the leader, like that, it was gone.
You all right?
Yeah. Yeah. Woo! The line broke when it came around the corner. That was one tough fish. That fish was over 10 feet long. That was a 1,200-pound fish. The hunt continues for monster fish.
Now hang in there as Braid gets off the deck for a second try at a grander tuna. The Western Atlantic off Prince Edward Island. Lifelong fishing grounds of Captain Greg Norton. Lobsterman in the spring. Bluefin guide in the fall. Dennis Braid.
Well, we've had a couple of lay days, but all the fun's about ready to begin. Tomorrow the quota opens 7 o'clock in the morning. We're pulling the net right now. It's been here for a couple of days. We dropped the herring nets down here so we can keep the fish underneath us while we're not fishing. Hopefully we'll be in the right spot and we'll be ready to go.
And the wheeling gulls are a sure sign that this will be the place to be come dawn. Moonset, sunrise, bait made.
Okay, it's 7 o'clock. Let it go.
Fishing day begins.
Well, conditions have changed a little bit today. You can see there's probably about 100 boats out around us this morning. It's raining. Water conditions are really good, though. It's very clear. The only thing is, when we hook up, we've got to weave our way through all of these other boats. It's going to be a lot of fun. Here we go. The hunt is on for monster fish.
130-pound test, 400-pound leader. Dennis Braid's own 17-aught Mongol circle hook, ending in a live mackerel.
You know, traditionally, September is truly the best month if you're going to come up here to sport fish. When you get into October, conditions start to change. Of course, you get this kind of weather. But the fish by this time have put on a tremendous amount of weight. They've spent 3 or 4 months up here eating the herring, fattening up, ready for their migration back to the spawning ground. So if you're after a really true trophy, and you're prepared to put up with this, October's your time to come.
Under gray skies, seabirds shadow herring schools, knifing into the ocean after them. For Braid, it's time to wait for the chub slick to spread, carrying the scent to the hungry bluefin. But will they strike?
Balloon just come on. We could be hooked up. I'm not sure. Check it out. Give it a little tug. See if he's sitting on it. He might be on it. He might not. I don't know. Quick, clear the line, boys.
It's round 2 of bluefin fishing off Prince Edward Island.
It's 7 o'clock. Let it go.
Pro stand-up angler Dennis Braid has fought sea, sky, and tuna.
Balloon just come on. We could be hooked up. I'm not sure. Check it out. Give it a little tug. See if he's sitting on it. He might be on it. He might not. I don't know. Like a bird might knock it off. I don't know. Oh, something hit it. Yeah. So we had a strike. Tuna hit the bait, pulled the weight off, missed the hook, so we'll set her up again and give it come back in again.
But before a bluefin can come back again, the October seas start to rise. Soon, there's white sheep on the meadow and wind and spray sweeping the decks. And this is a baptism of fire and water for Captain Norton's son.
Now this is my son's first maiden voyage. He just hooked onto a big tuna. He's over there fighting him. And he's on his first big monster. Must have learned good.
But the sea has its own lessons to teach, and now the tight line has to run ahead of it for port. 8-footers climbing to 10 and 15.
Things have changed. The weather in a matter of 15 minutes has gone from what I'd call relatively flat calm into basically victory at sea.
Now Dennis has to wonder if the seas will let him back out to finish his hunt for a giant bluefin. 12 days of tuna angling off Canada's Prince Edward Island have come down to this morning. Under pillars of sun and blue skies, the sea is still running rough. But the bluefin are running too.
They called for some rough weather today, but we're going to go out and get amongst them. Woo! Here we go.
The start of the search for tuna is the search for seabirds.
Spencer, I'm in the birds. You found the birds? 10-4, old man, we found them.
Gulls gather over schooling herring. And bluefin prowl beneath the schools. But the bad weather won't stay away. Falling temperatures drive off the herring, and with them, the tuna. And maybe Dennis's chance at a trophy fish. The only thing for Captain Norton and Dennis to do is hoist the kites aloft and run out the baits. And hope there's a bluefin still waiting to strike. Then comes the longest wait that anglers know all too well.
On a kite! Quick, clear the line!
Keep going straight, baby.
The drag is at over 60 pounds. The fighting belt and harness of his own design strapped around him. Dennis begins to fight the giant bluefin on the short stand-up rod.
You know, it doesn't really matter how many of these things you catch. Every one of them makes you feel like a 5-year-old on the 25th of December. You got the trouble to get through and unwrap this package.
Now everything seems to be coming together for Dennis, as the sun and sky and sea are all cooperating for one of the few times on the trip.
It's only a a 10-foot leader in this, Larry, eh? Yeah. If you see the leader, he's not down far.
12 days of bluefin angling off Prince Edward Island, like the 12 days of Christmas, may be about to come to an end at the end of a 10-foot leader. There it is, that steely color Braid's been seeking.
What do you know? I just unwrapped my Christmas present, got him Ollie.
After almost 2 weeks of fishing through bad weather and high seas, Dennis can claim his prize.
Man, he's fat.
Or his present. And Captain Norton can add this bluefin to his annual quota of tuna. One more monster fish from the bountiful waters off Prince Edward Island.
There he is! Watch the moves! He's getting deep. Whoa! Whoa! Can you get the tag?
Miami, 5 minutes off South Beach, where man-eaters swim. Mysterious sharks that call the blackest depths home, with some of the largest eyes in nature. And to kill with both jaws and tail. Beach hotels and condos, and the kind of life you see on Miami Vice or CSI Miami. But there's another kind of life being lived, just off the shore. Deep in the Gulf Stream live unseen, almost unimagined creatures, and some of them are killers.
So we're right in the middle of where they're at, and go, stop. He's got a mark on his line. At 225 feet, it's gonna be 45 feet down. Bait on.
Today we're targeting the big-eye thresher, one of the weirdest and strangest of all sharks.
Meet Mark the Shark. For 35 years, he stalked the world's oceans for makos, hammerheads, big tigers, and boated predators up to a half a ton.
Hey, here's a nice mackerel we just caught. This is the preferred bait for the big-eye thresher shark. This is what we want, nice fresh mackerel. We're gonna rig them up.
Threshers hunt with their tails as much as their teeth, slapping their prey. So the baits have to be stitched tight to keep them on the hooks. And to give them a natural swimming action in the water, their tails have to be split.
You gotta remember the tails on these big-eye threshers are at least 1/3 to 50% of their total body length. So that tail is extremely powerful, and they use it to their advantage to stun and kill their bait. We use these little lights here. They're 24-ounce weight on here. This green light's gonna illuminate and show the bait to the fish. Now also, this strobe flashes a lot of lights into that dark water, attracting the fish, so you get the best of both worlds.
The way to run baits for threshers is to bracket the thermocline. One bait stays above it, and the other below. Then the third bait's placed deep, only a few feet above the bottom. This is the bait that's on what Mark the Shark calls the moose rod, a name that needs no explanation.
Now, just a few people have really caught these big-eye threshers. Now, the big-eye thresher has eyes almost like upside-down pears. And these threshers can live to well over 1,000 feet in deep water. So because of the size of their tail, they're extremely powerful. And they can just keep you down in that depth of 400 to 600 feet and just hold you there.
The big-eye thresher's eye is 4 inches across, and it migrates up and down in the water with a light near the surface at night, but deep during the day.
We just gotta put our time in and wait. Eventually we'll see that one monster big eye. Stay tuned. This sucks.
Anglers on the ocean, in case you never noticed, are a superstitious lot.
Throw that banana cap over. That's a bad luck thing. I can tell you that when I saw it. I was being nice to him, though. That banana cap has to go for us to get a big-eye thresher or any kind of bite. I bet you. We'll take it off for half an hour. we don't get a bite, you can put it back on again. Give us half an hour without it, see what happens.
If we don't get a bite, then you have to wear like a pink bandana.
Ooh, that might be interesting.
I'll wear that thing as a banana hammock.
Oh, that's a boy.
Good, man.
Hey.
All right, what time is it now?
125.
Okay.
Put it up in that cabinet there. Get it off your body.
Yeah.
Off your body.
And maybe sometimes superstitions are proven true.
Wait. Watch the moose. Watch the moose. There it is. Watch the moose.
Fish on, moose rod.
"12 minutes later without the banana cap. For the record.
Wow.
Take it off like a freight train there. Holy moly.
Whoa,
yeah.
He's going down deep. He's getting deep.
Let him go.
Whoa!
I'm fishing the Gulf Stream off Miami, inside of the South Beach skyline. The baits are out, and now, down deep, there's a hit on the moose rod. It's a shark. But is it a big eye thresher we're after?
Moose rod. Easy, baby.
Thank you for getting rid of that banana cap. Thank you very much. He ain't slowing down.
Boy, he took a lot of line, man. I don't know what kind of fish this is right now, but if it's a mako, he can come out of 400 feet and just scream and jump out of the water. I think the hammerheads, they can be in the surface, they can be in the thermocline at 200, 300 feet, they can be in the bottom at 500. Big eye threshers are going to usually be 40 to 100 feet off the bottom. Just don't know at this point. But I do know it's a monster fish. You can see this lee fighting shear. I'm really out over this boat. So I can really get a good vantage point. I can get this line straight up and down perpendicular and put as much pressure on this fish as I can. Getting way out over the transom. Another thing you gotta watch is your feet out here, down here. You don't want a big mako coming up and taking a bite out of your leg. All right, he's coming up, Mark. He's coming up.
We might get a jump out of there. There might be a big mako here. We don't know. We don't know what it is.
Wow.
Let him eat.
Old shark hunters like Captain Mark know that pound for pound, the thresher, with its incredible tail, is the hardest fighting shark in the water.
I'm at a standoff right now. This guy took a lot of my line out on me. Coming up, he's coming up.
Bringing a shark up from the full Fathom 5 takes everything the moose rod and the dual reel has. The dual works like an automatic transmission, crank backward for high torque low gear, and forward for overdrive.
Still can't tell what it is, Bart.
I got no idea.
If there's a thresher down there, it could weigh 500 pounds and be 20 feet long. Half of that a tail like a scythe. Story goes, a long-line fisherman off of the Carolinas brought up a big eye. When he leaned over the gunwale, the tail lashed out of the water, cutting off his head.
The big eye!
Big thresher, holy. Okay, you gotta get in there. Hold on.
The big slob, too. About a 14, 15-footer.
Holy.
That's a beautiful tail. I've never caught one before.
That tail will whack you right out of your chair, man.
Be very careful. I'm gonna move my legs up over here. Those tails are brutal. That is a big fish, Mark.
Beautiful fish. Woo!
Get the tag in the Mark. That's it.
Tag's in.
Good tag.
I already got a tag in her.
Captain Mark's mission these days is to gather as much data as he can on the sharks he chases. By tagging them and taking biological samples, he helps science guarantee their future.
Look at the gold in his back. Oh, beautiful there, Tim. Beautiful.
If you land a big eye thresher, you've landed one of the strangest sharks that swims. So you want to take as many pictures as you can, because nobody will believe it if you don't show them.
See those big eyes? Those eyes enable him to see real deep. Down to 1,000 feet. 1,200 feet where it's pitch black down there.
The thresher's pectoral fins are as outsized as his tail, making it a real target for longliners.
That is one monster shark.
I got 3 hooks here, so need a pair of pliers. We'll try to get him out with a pair of
You're
pliers.
tagging that big shark. Someone else catches that. Gonna have a lot of great information. His migration, feeding patterns, and his growth rate.
Yeah.
That monster shark is just gonna get bigger. Whoa! Whoa!
Hold on. Give me the small hooker. We're gonna let her go so we can catch her another day. See you later, baby.
There he goes. Well, our plan was to get a monster shark, get the tag in, good safe release, get that information coming in. We got it done.
That's the big guy. A thresher shark that's pure monster fish.